Well, I hope you're thirsty because I've got lemonade for days. You think I've got a big mouth? You have no idea. Oh, and if you've ever wanted to truly understand what it means to be a scruffy-looking Nerf herder, that opportunity is coming for a cost. Hard to believe we've done this for a year now. Once more unto the breach, dear friends. Let's take a look on the bright side. Friends, and welcome to the bright side. I'm your host, Bob Herzog. Can you even believe it? It's been a year since we launched this little adventure into goodness. Go back, watch that first episode. We had no real graphics, no real music, no real idea of what we were going to do. The only thing consistent has been your belief in the effort and the dorky hack of a host. So that in mind, I do have sort of a bittersweet announcement about the bright side at the end of the show today. I hope you'll stick around for that, but we have some ground to cover before we get there. And I think you'll find this first story impressive, most impressive. Disney calls it part live immersive theater, part themed environment, part culinary extravaganza, part real-life role-playing game. Oh my gosh, this makes me want to LARP so hard. That's live-action role-play, by the way. But you will not LARP for free. It will cost you an out-of-this-world price to stay at Disney World's new and long-awaited Star Wars hotel. Rates vary depending on the date of your stay and extras at the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, but the pricing model somewhat similar to that of Disney's cruise ships. It's a set price for your stay and admission to Disney's Hollywood Studios, food and beverage, that's included. A sample cabin, though, the rate for 2 nights at the hotel for 4 people is $6,000. But Disney calls it a revolutionary and immersive Star Wars experience. The hotel opens next spring. I have a Disney Visa card. I use it for just about everything in order to earn Disney points. But I think I would literally need to pay for a ride to space with Jeff Bezos on an actual Star Cruiser in order to earn enough points to stay at that Star Cruiser, but I still want to. But who has that kind of money just sitting around, right? Some people would say that's like throwing your money away anyway. Of course, to that I say no. This is throwing your money away. An Ohio family was cleaning up their grandmother's house last week when they accidentally threw away an envelope containing $25,000 in cash. Jay Jarvis tells us how workers at the Waste Collection Agency jumped into action to find that money.
6 days a week, Republic Services trucks dump 4,500 tons of trash into this landfill in Oberlin.
Trucks coming in from every direction, downtown Cleveland, all the way to Vermillion, dumping garbage.
Last Wednesday started out no differently until Republic Services Operations Supervisor Gary Sappin says they got a frantic call from one of their customers saying she lost something important in the garbage.
It turned out to be $25,000.
And you'll never believe how she and her family lost it.
They were cleaning out their house for their grandmother, and they cleaned out the refrigerator, threw all the garbage, grabbed all the freezer stuff, put it in a bag, and then the grandma's like, hey, there's an envelope with $25,000 in there, don't lose that. And she's like, Grandma, I already lost that. I'm like, it's in the garbage.
Sappin says they immediately got to work to find the missing money.
One team was trying to track down the driver and find out exactly what his location was, if he made it to the landfill yet.
Because once trash hits the landfill, it's game over.
What happens when they get to the landfill is they will come in, they'll drop off their load of garbage, the bulldozers will immediately start smoothing it out. If it got dropped there, there's no finding it anymore.
Sappin and his team made arrangements for that truck driver to drop off his load at this recycling center in Oberlin. That load was about half the size of this 12-ton pile. And once it was all dumped out, it was all hands on deck to find that cash.
I told the gals, I said, if it's in there, we'll find it for you, because they were pretty upset.
Operations manager Dan Shavy was one of the 10 workers who jumped in to search for the money and was the lucky one who spotted the bag.
Couldn't believe it. It took 10 minutes, and I seen it. I said, man, that looks just like that. Pulled it off, opened it up, and there was the package inside with the money in it. They were so happy, they were tearing up.
Fast action and incredible teamwork, resulting in a happy ending for this family.
It makes us feel good here. Made myself feel good. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. What a great story. And we're just glad to help.
In Oberlin, Jade Jarvis, News 5.
That money could pay for like 16 people to go on the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser. I have to stop thinking about that. Anyway, kudos to those folks who were willing to dig through that filth and that stink to find the money. If any of them need to reset their olfactory senses after that, here's something to consider. Make your world smell more like Swedish ready-to-assemble furniture. IKEA is releasing a candle that smells apparently like the retailer's iconic Swedish meatballs. It's called Huvudroll, and it's available in IKEA's store-in-a-box package aimed at recreating the sensory experience of being inside an IKEA. The sensory experience of being inside an IKEA. I feel like that's different for everyone. For me, that's feeling overwhelmed and slightly confused. Anyway, if meatballs aren't your thing, how about a cookie? A great big cookie. An Ohio grandmother is on a very important quest. She wants to create the world's biggest Oreo. Ross Smith and his grandmother Pauline, aka Granny, are a social media sensation. The pair has more than 65 million followers across various platforms. Pranks and life hacks and cooking demos. They do all the influencer stuff. Ross and Granny have been making videos for 9 years, and now they are making the world's biggest Oreo at 4 square feet, 175 pounds.
You think you can eat it all?
Well, I'll start.
You're gonna need a glass of milk or two. Hopefully we'll be able to finish this thing off in a few months before it goes stale.
The creation, by the way, just in time for Granny's birthday celebration. She turned 95 this week. Now, of course, you couldn't eat that thing in one bite. Well, most people couldn't. From one social media sensation to another now, a Connecticut woman is now a world record holder. I bet you can guess why that is. Yeah, that's a big mouth. A 2.56-inch gape and 4-inch wide mouth, to be exact. Samantha Ramsdell has amassed quite a following on TikTok, where she says she is constantly challenged and inspired to show off her impressive gift, eventually catching the eye of the folks at Guinness. Ramsdell put her money where her monumental mouth is, ended up becoming the official women's world record holder. She says the title allows her to embrace something that once made her feel insecure. She now refers to it as her superpower. She's known for her big mouth, and this next lady is known for her big heart. Dolly Parton says she invested her royalties from Whitney Houston's cover of Dolly's song I Will Always Love You into a black community in Nashville. According to Forbes, Dolly received $10 million. She says she used the money to buy a big office complex in honor of Houston. According to the Washington Post, Parton put money into the neighborhood in 1997 during a time when others shied away from that area. And the money gave the area a rebirth. Just one more example of Dolly being awesome. We have lots of examples of that. You know, a lot of times here on the bright side, you have to look past something that really makes you mad and focus on the good stuff. Perfect example here. A thief stole money from a kid's lemonade stand in Iowa. I know. Just wait, though. Wait. You know what you do when life gives you lemons? You make that lemonade. As Amanda Rooker tells us, the community showed up big time when the kids reopened their stand.
Hi, would you like some lemonade?
9-year-old twins Caitlin and Elias were just having a lemonade stand Monday, but things quickly turned sour.
We were just selling lemonade, and the car drove up, and the girl hopped out. I asked if she would like lemonade. She said yeah. Then she grabbed the chip jar, went to the passenger seat of the car, and the car drove away.
When the family called the police, they say the response was sweeter than they could have imagined.
I started messaging, some people that I work with, asking them to maybe get together and visit the lemonade stand so that we could make a difference in Caitlin and Elias's day.
The twins reopened their stand and decided that when life gives you lemons, you just keep making lemonade. 4 different law enforcement agencies showed up to help them raise back the money that was stolen. But the support kept coming.
Oh my God!
We heard what happened.
One day later, and business is booming.
There's a lot of ice in that one.
The number of people that are showing up for these kids is just unbelievable.
It chokes me up. So to see these kids and as happy as they are right now, that's what it's about. Taking care of our community.
And as for Caitlin and Elias, their mom says this life lesson makes it all worth it.
There was one bad apple, but they got to feel the goodness of so many more people, and one bad apple will not ruin it for us. We are pressing on.
The family says they've now raised over $750. They plan to donate it all to Shop with a Cop program and say they're just so excited to give back to the community that supported them.
It just keeps going.
Are you still thirsty for more? Well, good, because we have one more to inspire, and it comes with another pitcher of lemonade. Actually, lots of pitchers. My friend Catherine Robinson has more on Peyton Obert and year 4 of her lemonade stand as she teaches other kids how to create something sweet.
A peek inside Peyton and Presley Obert's playroom, and they look a lot like your typical kids. But these two are also busy building a lemonade empire. So other children can be typical kids too.
When I was a patient at Cincinnati Children's, I got a special toy that I still can't sleep without till today. So I want to give other kids facing hardships that connection with their toy too.
It started with a bear.
Teddy. His nickname is Tedsters.
And a big heart. Now Peyton is ready to host her 4th lemonade stand.
Best part about the lemonade is the aftertaste.
But to say it's bigger than you'd expect, that's an understatement, even for Mom Jess and Dad Mike.
It's still hard to explain how it got so big so fast, but I do think that it's just kind of the mission behind it and the kids driving it all.
Peyton's lemonade stand has grown so much in the past few years. Jess and Mike have new titles besides proud parents. They're the executive directors of what's now a nonprofit.
With that status, you know, we hope to reach even further than the walls of CCHMC to help more kids in the community who are facing personal, economic, and medical hardships.
There are also more families getting involved. From the west side to Westchester and northern Kentucky, there will be 27 lemonade stands this year, run by kids for kids.
Well, and I think it's normal for kids to think about themselves. That's a normal kid thing. So for us to be able to kind of shift that perspective for them and get them to think about kids who are in need and facing hardships and whatnot, I think that's really, you know, a cool thing.
From $700 to $7,000. And last year,
$35,000. What is it going to be this year?
I have no idea.
But she does know this.
I want it to keep growing into something bigger and bigger to help more people.
Because kids, helping kids, be kids, now that's pretty sweet.
Couldn't be any sweeter. If you're in the Cincinnati area and you're seeing this on Friday or maybe early Saturday, you can check out Peyton's Lemonade Stand 10 to 1 Saturday. And new this year, you can directly donate new unopened toys as well. You can find all the Lemonade Stand locations and donate online as well. Well, now something kind of tough. I'm almost going to take that lemonade and I'm going to turn it back into lemons. Friends, this is the final episode of The Bright Side, at least in this incarnation, but more than likely for good. It's a tough decision to make, but it's the right one. I promised myself that I would keep grinding on this for a year to give it a chance to catch on, and I have, but it didn't really catch on, at least not to the degree that we sort of needed it to. And that's 100% my fault. My approach, the goofiness, might not quite be the draw that I'd hoped, but I am so grateful to the incredibly talented reporters, both here at my station and across the country, who did and will continue to do amazing stories about incredible people. And though I'm going to forget some folks here, I have a lot of thank yous I want to throw out very quickly, specifically. Maddie in Creative for making graphics. Cassie and Cody up in the booth right now for pushing all the buttons. Shelby, Sam, Blake, Chuck, Zach, Rebecca, now Johnny down here on the floor putting up with me, actually in the room, and that's not easy. Jen for filling in, Rory for editing. All of you, amazing. And a very, very special shout out to Tanner and Ryan, who week after week have literally made this happen with me, producing and directing and doing all the things I have absolutely no idea how to do. And all of those people have done this with no extra pay, with no extra recognition. They're just really good and talented folks, as are all of you. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Thanks for spreading the word. Keep sharing the good stuff. There is plenty of it out there. I will continue to share the good stuff on my Facebook page. I hope you will do the same. Because with or without this show, maybe someone you know needs to take a look on the bright side.